That's a very deep question, and there's a lot of to unpack there. So I'm going to try to unpack as much as I can. Number one, this is systemic. It is systematic. It is something that has been part of a playbook. Like I said, for 2 decades, we've been defunding our public schools, and we've been focused on over-testing our students. It's created a whole system where teachers feel compelled to teach children how to pass a test, as opposed to give them a rich curriculum on things that are not tested, but only focusing on a very narrow curriculum. And we don't think that's right. We think that we have done better, but of course that those are state policies. And so the state is dictating how teachers, the curriculum and what we teach and what's happening in the classroom. We see this also as fascism in 2023. We see that, and then if we look at our history, as a matter of fact, let me backstep a little bit. If we look at our history and just history of places right around us, in Haiti, Papa Doc Duvalier, he was, a fascist dictator, and what he did in Haiti. In the Dominican Republic, you had President Trujillo, also fascist dictator, right wing. And what both of them have in common is that they attacked education first. They attacked higher ed institutions. They censored teachers. They banned books. Not to make a direct comparison, but in Nazi Germany, we know that they were burning books, of the Jewish community. And so, again, we see dictators, we see fascists that do this intentionally, and the playbook is the same. So we know that people do this because they're authoritarian, they want to be dictators, and in order for them to have that power, they have to suppress knowledge so that people will just fall in line and will just do as they say. And so that is why they attack educational institutions. They censor teachers and they ban the reading of materials because they don't want people to have knowledge. Because as we know, knowledge is power. And so that is something that's very deep. That's something that I think people don't understand. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people in South Florida who have been, fleeing dictatorships, that they don't see these tendencies and these characteristics in certain lawmakers that they keep on reelecting, and how that's impacting education and how that's impacting our freedoms. Um, our freedom to learn, our freedom to teach, our freedom to join unions, to have the labor movement. And, we're seeing that there's a pattern here, and it is part of a system. It is to not teach children certain things. When you try to remove African American histories as an AP course, I mean, think about that. These are students that are advanced. These are students that are, college bound, and they're trying to get an advanced placement, which I'm proud to say that our public schools offer these courses, advanced placement courses, so that they can get a head start, so that they can have, an advantage, when they go into college. And for us, and I'm not going to say us because that's not who I am, and that I'm not part of that group, but for the government, for a certain group of people to think that it is okay to say, well, we're not going to give your child the ability to take that course to get ahead, but then specifically to attack African American studies. What does it say about their insecurities, their fears, and why they don't want us to have knowledge of minority groups and how minority groups have not only suffered, but at the same time also risen, and how they have been able to access things that they didn't have before. I think it's beautiful. I think that's part of what makes us the United States of America, where we've tried to correct our wrongs. And although we're still not perfect, we're certainly trying to do that. But we see some people that are trying to move us backwards.